Today, we are talking about telepathy and how to send a telepathic message to anyone you have in mind. This is a fun exercise that is best done with lightness and no strings attached, because that's when you get the best results. That's when you are not worrying and contradicting yourself, because it's either done or it's not done. So you create a scene. You get to enjoy it, experience that in imagination, being present, losing yourself in that moment. And as a byproduct of that, you get to experience it physically as a fact in the 3D. That sounds amazing, right? And that's what we are talking about today. But before I get into it, hello everyone. If you're new here, my name is Al. Welcome to my channel. If you're in need of coaching, go to the description box. The information is there. But right now, let's get into today's topic. So, we are talking about telepathy and how to send a telepathic message to that person you have in mind. And today, the topic is about creating more communication. But of course, you can use telepathy to create whatever you desire. I'm going to give you 2 examples of how you can do this. This is how I use it. And if you are also interested in creating more communication, more consistent communication with that person you have in mind, then go to the comment section and write down, my person is always blowing up my phone. Let's put that energy out there and create that reality. So set the intention. Feel when you're typing these words, feel like this is your truth. This is your reality. When we use telepathy, we are using the power of our thoughts, our intentions, to experience a desired outcome, to shape our reality. At first, this is going to happen in your imagination. But if done correctly, then you are going to experience this as a physical fact in the 3D. This experience is possible because of one simple fact. We are made out of the same fabric. Although it may seem like we are separated from each other by time and space, in essence, we are one. We are one consciousness. This is the world of the 5 senses, and it may feel very real. That's how it's supposed to be. But this is just 1% of reality. Behind the curtains, there's still 99% of it that if we are not open to it, we don't get to experience that consciously. Whether you believe in telepathy or not, we are always communicating with others via our subconscious mind. You are always sending messages when you accept that this is how it is. This is how they are. This is what they do. This is how they treat me. So whether you are assuming they are going to call me or they are not going to call me, the acceptance of that fact is what's going to shape your experience. First, we assume something and then we get to experience that as a fact. It's not always 100% a match, because I don't have to assume, for example, that someone's going to cheat on me to experience that. Maybe my assumption is I'm not good enough. I'm not the one. There is better people out there for them. Or people leave me. So this is going to be a consequence of those assumptions that's going to end up on me feeling this way or seeing that story, accepting that story, confirming that story for myself. But first, there is the assumption, and then there is the experience. Typically, we want to have this the other way around. We want our experience to change so that we can change our assumptions, we can change our stories. Well, good luck with that, because the inner world is the cause and the outer world is the effect. You have to understand that you are not changing anyone. You are changing your perception of yourself and your connection with that person. And that change that you achieve within is going to shape your reality without. This is what you are doing. That's why this is not manipulation. You are not forcing anyone to do anything. You are just allowing yourself to experience a different version of them. It may not be easy to change your mind, to change your assumptions, your stories, when you have experienced someone in an undesirable way. But it's like Neville said in the lesson, remain faithful to your idea. He said, I can say to you until the end of time, I forgive you. But if every time I see you or think of you, I am reminded of what I held against you, I have not forgiven you at all. Forgiveness is complete forgetfulness. So in this same book, Neville gives us the steps to change our experience in this world. And we are going to use these steps as our first way to send a telepathic message to that person that we have in mind. Okay, the first step is, of course, defining your desire. What is it that you want to experience? And in this case, we are going to say we desire to receive a text or a call from a certain person. But it doesn't really matter if that person is in your city, in your country, or on the other side of the world. If you have known that person for a long time or not, if you have talked to them last week or 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. It's going to work either way. I've just manifested a text from someone that I met on holiday 18 months ago. We knew each other for like 5 days, and we are not from the same country. We are from the same continent, but I just wanted to tell you, to show you that it doesn't really matter how long you know that person, how long you talked to that person, or how far away you guys are from each other. That connection is there because we are all one. And I used these steps to manifest that text, so I know it works. The second step is to construct a scene that implies the fulfillment of the desire. In this case, you are getting the call or the text, and you are going to outline it. So you're going to decide where you are. Maybe you are at home, you are in your bedroom, and you hear your phone ringing or the text coming in. You pick up the phone, you talk to them, or you read the message, and the message is the exact message that you want, the words that you want to hear from them. The third step is to imagine the scene that you have outlined. And before I do that, I calm down my mind and my body, because you do need complete relaxation so that you can allow yourself to imagine. If you can go straight to relaxation, great. But if you can't, then you can do a few things that will help you to achieve that. You can meditate. You can count down from 200 to 0. You can do breath work, square breathing. When you feel relaxed and you know that you are ready, you can start imagining the scene. So you imagine that you are performing that action, not thinking about doing it. You are actually doing it. You are feeling everything around you. If you're sat down, you feel the fabric below you or the wood below you. If you are standing, you can feel the floor, the rug, whatever it is. You hear the sounds. You hear the phone ringing. You then pick up the phone. You feel that phone in your hands. It's very important that you've achieved that, so that you can give a fabric of reality to this imaginal act. Then you read that message, or you hear their voice, and they are telling you exactly what you want to hear from them. And it causes in you a sensation. Maybe it's fulfillment, maybe it's peace, maybe it's quiet, it's the idea of satisfaction. But there is also another way to send a telepathic message to the person that you have in mind. And in this way, you are going to imagine that person in front of you. But they are not noticing you because you are just energy. They are doing whatever you assume they would be doing that time of the day. Maybe they are at work, or they are cooking dinner, or at the gym, or out with friends. Doesn't really matter. You see the room and you walk into that room as energy. You lean in very close to them and you whisper your message. So you tell them, call L, or call N, or call Carl, or you tell them exactly what you want to hear. Tell L that you are missing her. Tell Carl that you love him. You whisper that message a few times until you feel that satisfaction. I know that connection. I know that he's feeling this. I know that she's going to do that. And when you are satisfied with it, you just leave the room and that's it. Feel the satisfaction after that and assume that it's done. So this exercise is for you to enjoy, for you to be in the moment, to experience it, to train your imagination, if you want to call it in a different way. The most important thing here is that you lose yourself in that imaginal act, and that in the end, you feel that it's done. It's nothing that you have to go around controlling, noticing, is there something changing? You have to assume that it is. You have to assume that it's done. And focus on yourself, enjoying your life. This exercise doesn't take more than 5 minutes. And you're going to notice maybe they are going to call you or text you while you are doing the exercise, or a few hours later, or a few days later. It doesn't matter. When you hold on to that feeling of it's done, I don't have to do anything, I am fully in peace and satisfied, then you are going to get the results that you want. Okay, guys, you got this. That's it from me. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to talk soon. Bye-bye.